But yet, they're not giving you the piece of the Bible to show us why it's happening, who it's aimed towards, and what's going to happen afterwards. They're just giving you information, but if there's no answer to the information, what good is it? Going back to Walmart, they now have these stations, these man-made stations in which they can get into this machine and it rises like a tower on wheels. They're putting in front of Walmart now, with guards and police that can stand in a tower as if it's some type of makeshift concentration camp. And they're doing this in different parts of America. They're doing it in Jersey. They're doing it in North Carolina. So what are they preparing people for? What are they preparing people for? So this is where we are. Everyone is waiting for this big thing to happen and this big event of martial law when it's happening in stages right before you. Every time there's another so-called false flag that's created by these people, another law is passed to actually set up their power of martial law. They're doing it before you. It's already martial law. They're just letting people operate normally while they set up this particular grid. I need you to get the one where it says you will not be able to come from another city, from city to city, because I brought that out about a year ago. 2 Ezra 15 and 17. That's it. Read it.
2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Also, there's new reports that what they're doing now is that they're going to set up each particular state like a country. You will not be able to go from one city to the next without the proper paperwork. They're setting that up as we speak. This is Bible prophecy that was written thousands of years. This is actually in the government records now, that your tolls will be police tolls, or what you would call live stops, right there. That they will funnel people into a live stop before you can go into another city. Read it again.
2 Ezra chapter 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
When do this happens? It happens during martial law. So these little false flags they're trumping up in place, eventually it's going to lead to one big thing. Now the big thing people are waiting to see before they actually act is the thing they don't want to happen, because once that big thing happens, it'll be too late to travel. It'll be too late to do anything about it. There will be one big thing coming. We said it while we were in America, that New Orleans was just a test. Let's see what happens if we leave the people to starve, and we leave the people without resources and shelter, and let's see how the American people react. You know what American people were doing that wasn't in New Orleans? They was going about with their life. That's all they needed to see. The fact that Americans are being destroyed and killed in your country, and the people don't react. That means they have accomplished their mission in desensitizing the people, in demoralizing the people. And brothers and sisters, the hedge have been totally moved. The people don't react to death. Why? You're used to seeing death on TV. You're used to seeing death and suffering and people getting killed, to the point where looking at TV have desensitized you. It's no different than looking at a movie and thinking that, okay, it's not real. That's where we are right now. So now that they have all actually did a practice run, because it was a test run, when they break this down from city to city and it's not New Orleans, who's going to come to our rescue? The same people that came to your rescue in New Orleans. No one. They're just hiring military and hiring police to control the chaos, to keep the chaos within itself, to stop the chaos from going from border to border, controlling it while destruction is happening, while they're putting people into these fusion centers and these camps. This is what's about to go down in this earth. Now, I'm not saying this to put fear in anyone, all right? The fear of the Most High is to keep His commandments. We fear Him and we're fine. But we're pulling this out to tell you what people are waiting for, this one big thing that they need to see before they start acting. You don't want that big thing to happen, because when that big thing happens, you will not be able to travel. It's onslaught. It's total. This eugenics program have come to a head. You notice they've been taking DNA and all that. Do not let these people take your blood for no reason. Do not let them take your children's blood for no reason. Okay? They're actually getting a DNA code on everyone in the earth for the last onslaught. That's what's going on here. And I don't think it's a coincidence, going back to Graves, the brother Boyd Graves, that he came out with that information about he think by 2012 they're going to be moving that same deadly virus through the air. And he announced that, and then after that he dies and he's off the grid. I don't think that's a coincidence. They're getting people used to these chemtrails like it's natural. It's the end of the eugenics program. I'll tell you this. If the Romans had this technology that they have today, they would have used this technology to destroy us in Jerusalem. I'll tell you this, because when it's physical war, you know who your enemy is. And you can band together and fight your enemy. But this type of war, where it's unseen corporations just spraying you and killing you, who can you fight against? This is where we are in our earth today. And we need to get that hedge of the Most High back on us. Well, just that few. Everyone is not going to get this. We're going from place to place, dropping what the Most High is going to do. And then we will try to prepare ourselves to be where the Most High wants us to be. Alright? We're just sounding the trumpet and making people aware of the time we're in, and giving you the scriptures to understand what time we're in. Alright? So, I wanted to bring those things out and bring it to your attention, and you can look that up. Margaret Sanger, eugenicist, straight Satanist through Alex de Crowley, paid through the government to infiltrate and bring forth a women liberal movement that will eventually destroy the family and kill God's people. On top of that, you have, I also wanted to make a shout out for the brother Boyd Graves, may the Lord rest his soul, who did the research for himself to find out what AIDS really is. And the fact that HIV and all these things were placed in vaccinations. There's no such thing as a vaccination program that stops that stops diseases. That's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. There's no such thing as no vaccination that helps mankind. People were living years before there was any such thing as a vaccination. You can actually type in the patent for the AIDS cure. Just type it in Google. Patent for AIDS cure. And you'll see the patent number and everything. Alright? And let me tell you, these viruses out there, they can be healed naturally by just eating the right things and staying away from the wrong things. You can heal your body strictly through herbs, like the Lord says. He gave you herbs for meat. You can heal yourself. There's no such thing as a disease that cannot be cured. That's a lie. It cannot be cured by modern day medicine or Western medicine, because they don't want to cure it. That's why they say it's incurable. Okay? So don't believe what they're telling you. These diseases are part of the eugenics program. Vaccinations are part of the eugenics program. You shouldn't give them your DNA, and you should not get vaccinations for any reason at all. Okay? And when you go to the doctor, unless you really have to, you shouldn't give them your blood for no reason. They're making bioweapons against you. Even a doctor will tell you that they'll take a certain amount of vials, and then certain vials go straight to the government to keep on some level of some database. It's out of this world. All right. So I just wanted to put that out there to let y'all know what's going on with these little towers that they have. These makeshift towers for Walmart. What are they preparing for? What are they preparing for? Where they have to have a makeshift tower in Walmart.